Alrighty, how's it going guys? I'm Solo Bandit and welcome back to CARX Drifting Online. So in today's video, we have another 180 drift tune for you. This is going to be for the Panther M5 90S or the MX5. Now this car is a little bit jittery, mainly because it's just so small, so it's a little bit more touchy than the larger cars, so you can't just go ahead and flick it to the left or right and it's not going to react. This thing will react on you. Now there is one issue that this car has always had, and that's when you're under a specific RPM, this car does have a tendency just to stop drifting and just bog down. Once you get to like, I think it's like 4,000 RPM, anything below, it just kind of bogs down a little bit, so just keep that in mind. And anything above 4,000, it just instantly limit bangs, so it doesn't matter how much grip you have in the rear, it will still limit bang. Doesn't matter how wide your gear ratios are, it'll still limit bang above that gear ratio, above that RPM. And that's why I think this car is quite tricky to tune, because you kind of have to find the sweet spot, because if you have too much grip, you're going to make the bogging issue way worse, but if you don't have enough grip, you're going to make the limit issue way worse. So you got to kind of find the in-between and just kind of deal with those issues together and get the best out of both worlds, if you know what I mean. So what you can do if you are finding out that the car is a little bit clunky for you and it is bogging out too much, go ahead and increase that rear tire pressure slightly, maybe by 10 points, and then for the rear tire width, you can go ahead and bring that down from 275 all the way down to 260, and that should remove that issue altogether, but you will lose slightly a little bit of speed there. So hopefully that helps you out with this car. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and jump into a comment here real quick. Now I do recommend you guys go ahead and leave some more of these comments for me to read. I will be putting them on the channel for you guys to see as well, give you a little bit of a shout out. But I do enjoy it. I honestly like getting your feedback, and you know, it gives you guys a little bit of screen time as well, because that's always good for me and for you guys, right? Just to show you guys that I actually do read the comments and I do actually give a toss. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and answer this comment right here. So I got a comment from IZ Geordie, and he says, "Yo Bandit, what's the car you have the most time in? And second question is, what's the hardest car to tune in your opinion?" So thank you for that question. And the car that I think is, actually we'll answer the first one first. We'll go in order. So the car that I actually have the most time in is the Spectre RS. Now that was probably different last night. I jammed this car for about 4 hours last night. I just had a ball with it. And yeah, so the Fusion SX was probably the most time that I had in any car, but now it's the Spectre RS. So it usually bounces between these three. It always changes, but usually these two right here, to be honest. As you can see, there's literally only 7 seconds between them, between the first and the second spot. And please don't hammer me in the comment section about my numbers on the left there. I know, they're rookie numbers, alright? I came into this game really late. A lot of you probably have like a year and a half on me when it comes to this game. I've only been playing it for about 10, 11 months now, something like that, on and off. So yeah, take it easy, alright? And to answer your second question, I would have to say the hardest car for me personally to tune has to be the Godzilla R3. It's a very heavy car, it feels heavy, which is good because it feels realistic, but the power ratio is completely whacked out. This is an RB25 stock. It does come out with an RB25 DET, which is a turbo, and you can pump a ton of power out of these things. And you know, there's a lot of RBs in the game, and it kind of makes no sense that the power ratios for all the RBs in the game fluctuates from, you know, all the way down to like 600 horsepower all the way up to like 1200 horsepower, and some of them are rocking the same engines. Doesn't really make any sense. You would think that all of them would have a similar power ratio across the board, but for some reason they decided to, you know, make some cars way more overpowered than others, and then make some cars like this one drastically underpowered to the point where it's just, it feels like you're driving a car with 400 horsepower. You know, it's just a nightmare to drive sometimes. That's why I just avoid this car. But we will be putting a tune setup out for this one eventually, which I'm not looking forward to. Hopefully there's an update between that time that can fix these things, but I highly doubt that. But anyways, hopefully that answered your questions. But like I said, I encourage all of you to go ahead and leave a comment when you can, and I'll go ahead and answer any questions that you guys have, and give you guys a quick little shout out to, you know, just to show you guys that I am reading your stuff as well. But anyways, finally, let's go ahead and jump into a little bit of a clip, show you guys what this thing can do, and then we will show you the tune setup. Alrighty, there we go, guys. So as you can see, this thing still goes hard, even though it's a pretty uncommon car. It doesn't really get used that often. It is a newer car when you are beginning the game. It's one of the noob cars, I guess, but it doesn't mean anything, you know? You just need a good tune setup, and this proves that this thing still rips. I was getting on the doors of cars that have well over 1,000 horsepower easy, and had no problems whatsoever. The only issues that you will have with this car, like I said, is that bogging down issue. And with it being such a short wheelbase, you can't really hold the same exact angles as some of the larger, longer cars. It tends to straight line for you a little bit. If they're pouring on tons of angle, it does become a little bit of an issue, but you know, it's not that much of an issue. So hopefully you guys enjoy this build. Let me know how you felt it down in the comment section below. And with that all out of the way, let's go ahead and showcase the tune setup and all of the goods on the car. So we're going to start off with the mods. We're using the Ultimate mod. For the body kits, we are using R&T. Front headlights, we are using Custom Bodyworks. Front bumper, Missile. Hood, D-Master. For the roof, we have stock empty. Side mirrors, Missile. Roll cage, Custom Performance. Side skirts, Custom Bodyworks. For the trunk, stock locks. Rear bumper, Custom Bodyworks. Spoiler, R&T. Tail lights, stock. For the exhaust, Custom Bodyworks. And over to the wheels, we are under D-Master, and we are using these ones right here. Alrighty, now on to the tune setup. Alrighty, there we go, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed this build. If you did, let me know down in the comment section below, and I will catch you guys tomorrow in the next video, which will be a tune setup for the VZ210, this one right here. So make sure you stay tuned for that one, and I will catch you guys in the next one.